Well, let's bring in the Ukrainian MP Kira Rudik now. Kira, thanks for your time again. It's good to see you. 1 year on now. Just give us an idea of how you feel on a day like today.
First of all, we are grateful and surprised that we made it so far. Because as you remember, a year ago, nobody believed that we would last for more than a couple of weeks. And we learned that tomorrow is not given. You have to fight for it, but you also have to be grateful for what you have today. And we are so grateful to all of our allies and to our armed forces that we have an idea of tomorrow, an ability to go through it.
The Australian government has been among those generous nations. There is another announcement today that we will be sending another $33 million in aid, and that will include uncrewed aerial systems. Your thoughts on that?
Well, we are incredibly grateful for the support, and we will never forget it. It is generational what Australian people are doing for Ukrainian people. I want to remind everybody that Bushmasters that you sent us, we put it to a very good use. They were used to liberate our cities, including the city of Kherson. So it's a part of our fight and hopefully a part of our upcoming victory.
Is it true, and a few people have said this in recent days, without Western support, Russia wins this war. Do you accept that?
We will be standing for as long as it takes, but of course, without Western support, we would not be able to fight back the way that we do. So we are calling for everybody to continue supporting us and to help us to win the war.
How is morale on the ground?
It has been probably the toughest year in our history. However, we know that the alternative for us is just a matter of being destroyed, physically destroyed. This is why we are collected, cool, and we are gathering our forces to the upcoming spring, where we hope to have a counteroffensive. So I'm sure that the motivation is still on.
When you say counteroffensive there is an expected spring offensive that will be coming from Russia. How big do you expect that to be?
It has already started. Russia has mobilized 360,000 people over the last couple of months. But on the other hand, they did not have any battlefield victory over those months. So they are trying to push it. But most of all, what they are doing, they continue their terrorist attacks on our civilian populations. They are attacking schools, hospitals, apartment buildings. And this is the only thing that they can do right now, because our air defense systems are still not as strong as we supposed. This is why we are calling for all the countries to give us the fighter jets that we need to protect our sky.
How solid is Kiev?
Kiev stands, as President Biden said. Kiev is ready to fight, but hopes that we will continue pushing back our enemies at the east. Kiev will stand.
How do you feel about China's top diplomat Wang Yi visiting Vladimir Putin in Moscow yesterday?
There is not an organization or a leader in this world that can make sure or vouch that Putin will keep his word. None. We have not seen that, and nobody announced that. And before that, any peace talks, any diplomatic negotiations are useless. Look, like 2 days ago, Putin decided that he would pull off a nuclear deal because he just changed his mind. So he will do the same, and he already have done the same in the past. He will do it with any peace deal that would be on the table. He will say, well, we changed our mind. And who will make him to keep his promise then? This is why we are saying we will stop Russia, because they would not stop themselves. And we need to figure out a way that they would not attack us again. Before there is this way, we will keep fighting.
But are you concerned about Russia and China's relationship becoming closer and potentially China backdooring weapons and whatever else to help Russian forces?
China is already providing Russia with their market and also allowing them to overpass many of the sanctions. So I think it's a matter of, again, international pressure on them so they would not go further with their support. Look, this war is not a war of Ukraine and Russia. It's a war of not allowing the precedent of one country taking the territory of another one, committing all kinds of war crimes. And it's a war of the values, of the Western democratic values and the values of tyranny. So if we all allow Russia to win, then the world that we will be living in will look like all the tyrants raising their heads. And I do not want to allow that. We do not want that. So I call for all the allies to mobilize the forces right now, to make all the decisions that need to be made, to overpass the bureaucracy if it is there, and send us the weapons that we need to defend ourselves.
That's Kira Rudik there, the Ukrainian MP, live from Kiev. Appreciate that, Kira. Best of luck. We'll talk to you soon.